So Tim Dillon, he has grown more and more upset with the Trump regime recently, and he's, had some commentary to that effect. Well, now, all-out war with Iran is happening. Israel started it. The U.S. green-lit it. We armed Israel. We funded Israel. We let them do their psychotic attack. And I don't know. It seems like Tim Dillon is perhaps waking up even more. So here's his rant on it. Let's watch.
Israel is fighting a proxy war on behalf of the UK, just like Ukraine is on behalf of the West of Western Europe against Russia. We have to
stop
get
it right
serious.
there. Israel is fighting a proxy war on behalf of the United Kingdom? Is that the most insane thing anyone's ever heard? Are people right now in the United Kingdom, is their biggest problem Iran? What is this woman speaking of? What is she talking about? What is anyone talking? Is Iran the reason that no one can afford a house? Is Iran the reason that there's fentanyl everywhere? Is Iran the reason that we've got political corruption? Is Russia the reason? Is Iran the reason that we have 12 people that own everything in this country? Is Iran the reason that we have, an epidemic of poisoned food that's killing people and children? And is Iran the reason for any of this? Is Iran the reason that corporations in America just pillage and leave a trail of death and destruction in their wake? Is Iran the reason we have no health care? I mean, this is the most insane thing I've ever heard. She's saying Iran's the enemy of the UK because people pop off. The mullahs in Iran talk a lot of shit. What are they doing? Did Iran attack the UK? Did Iran attack the United States of America? Is Russia attacking the United Kingdom or the United States of America? Am I wrong? But when she says, just get her out of here. But when she says, they're fighting a proxy war on behalf of us, and that's what the Ukraine is doing for Russia. It's on behalf of us. Number one, that's very dangerous to say because, number one, there's a lot of people in this country that are not trying to get in a war with Russia. I mean, we're not trying to do that. I don't want to be in a war with Russia. So this framing of the issue that I just don't agree with, that they're in a proxy war, your own society is collapsing. Your own society is declining perpetually, year after year. Annually, things get worse. People are fleeing. And you're out there saying the most important thing to the British working class or the American working class is that the Iranian regime is decapitated with Israeli airstrikes? Can you imagine knocking on the door of a double-wide trailer and grabbing a person who is 5 months away from being homeless in our country and asking them their biggest problem? How do you think the word Iran is going to come up much? How do we get in this position? Well, Iran. When your insurance won't cover a knee operation and you have to go bankrupt to replace your hip, is your main concern that Iran be decapitated? This is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
This is why it just irks me to no end that he was a Trump supporter and that he did a hot stone massage of an interview with J.D. Vance. Is like, here you are, and you're perfectly explaining how this war is bullshit and that Israel started it, and we should have nothing to do with it, even though Trump greenlit it and armed them and funded them, and, we're directly involved in this shit. But you're saying we really shouldn't be. War with Iran is not a good idea. It's a country of 90 million people, and we're going to cause just as much or more death and destruction as we did in Iraq. Iraq was a much smaller country, and that cost trillions of dollars and thousands of U.S. lives and hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians. So he's saying all these things, but again, he was a supporter of Trump, right? And it's like, wakey, wakey. Is everybody ready to admit that I was right all along? Is everybody willing to admit that? Is everybody willing to admit that I was 100% correct when I told everybody Trump is a warmonger? That you're all falling for a fucking song and dance when he goes, Kamala's a warmonger, Liz Cheney's a warmonger, she wants to shoot people in the face. And the response to that always should have been, I don't want to hear accusations of somebody else being a warmonger from the biggest fucking warmonger in this country. The guy who increased drone strikes over 400% and kept us in Iraq and kept us in Afghanistan and bombed Syria and occupied a third of it to take the oil and bombed Somalia and tried to coup Venezuela and let Saudi Arabia do a genocide in Yemen and then vetoed a bill that would have cut off us from arming them. You vetoed it to protect your Saudi benefactors because they give you a tremendous amount of money because you're fucking corrupt as hell. Everybody should have realized this guy is a colossal warmonger. When he takes $100 million from Miriam Adelson, that comes with strings attached. It comes with strings attached. And the strings were, you have to let Israel totally annex the West Bank. Well, guess what? They're doing that now. Letting them do their final solution in Gaza, they're doing that now as well. And also, Israel's high on their own supply, and they're like, fuck it, let's not stop. Let's go cut the head off the snake and go do regime change in Iran as well. This is where we are. The warmongers have been unleashed. They were pumped full of steroids and human growth hormone when they bought the Trump regime and realized, oh, he'll let us do whatever the fuck we want. And here we are. And it was Tim Dillon, and it was Joe Rogan, and it was the Rogan Sphere, who were all fucking cheering as this fucking asshole grabbed the White House again. Trump got the most softball interviews imaginable from the fucking Rogan Sphere, right? They helped humanize him. Rogan himself talked about this years before he had Trump on. He said to Lex Friedman, I don't think I want to have Trump on because you'd be surprised at how much you can humanize somebody. And I don't really want to, affect the direction of the country like that and make everybody love this guy and then have him do horrible shit. Well, that's exactly what fucking happened now, isn't it? And the thing that drives me crazy is, and watch, you guys will see, just wait for it, just like every other time in the past, there's this mental gymnastics that these people do where when now the war is happening with Iran, it'll be, somehow they'll find a way to say, oh, Trump was duped, it wasn't Trump's fault, and Trump's getting bad advice, and this and that, and it'll always be, everybody around him is always to blame. He's never to blame. Well, guess the fuck what? Yes, he is to blame. And people like me saw this coming from a fucking mile away, that we were going to have war with Iran, that he was going to increase, the military budget colossally as he did, over $1 trillion military budget. At the same time, the Pentagon failed 7 audits in a row and can't account for over 60% of their money. You want to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse? That is the most waste, fraud, and abuse of any government agency we have. And he looted the Treasury for them. Just here, take anything and everything you want. Right? Of course this guy was going to act like that. But I'm waiting for it. I got my eye on the clock, y'all. Let's see. When will Rogan, Tim Dillon, any of these people just say, I was wrong. I never should have fucking backed this guy, right? And I'm not even saying you have to come out and argue, I should have supported Kamala. You could just say, I just shouldn't have backed Trump. I'll take that. Will you at least give me that? I don't know if they will. But we were right, yet again, and it's only going to get worse. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.